All right, folks, I'm going to try to be a little bit more emotive today and test out the bike air and see how everything goes. So we're going to go down and over to Bloomington, up to West Milford, and then back to Ringwood and down Ringwood Avenue, back home again like we did the last time. It's a beautiful day. It's in the high 40s, low 50s. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Pizza One on our right there. Headed down, going to make the right-hand turn onto Union Avenue and take that over to Bloomington. When we get to Bloomington, we'll make the right, cut up through town, and then take the cut over that goes up to West Milford, up over the top of the mountain, and then comes back down around the reservoir area. So sit back and enjoy the ride. And here we've got Passaic County Community College, local county college. Getting a little bit more used to the side-to-side motion when cornering, and understanding that sway bar finally takes a set and it sets up firm. I can understand if the Baja Ron stiffens that up some. I can understand why people like it. I'm going to certainly ride with this one for a while and make up my mind, but I will be keeping an eye out on the Baja Ron. Be coming up into the center of Bloomington here momentarily. can really kind of get a sculpting of the mountains back up in here and see how the whole thing kind of runs together. These are some pretty steep hills that we're coming up through with the twisties in them like this, and the Spyder is certainly handling it from a power perspective. I'm sure even from a speed perspective it will handle it better than I'm currently riding it, but like I said, I'm still getting used to that sway bar, the roll set. It's a little bit unnerving at first, but once you kind of understand what's going on, it's a lot easier to be a bit bolder with how you approach things. Welcome to West Milford. Getting ready to pass Vic Street up here on the left. Second cousin of ours. Another one of the many lakes up in this area. I mean, there's a plethora of lakes in the area. There we go, Crescent Road. This is really a nice little circuit around the neighborhood from my house, back out around a couple of the neighboring towns, and then right back down to Ringwood Avenue and back into my own neighborhood. So short 40-50 minute ride, pleasant. Spyder says it's 55 degrees out, and I can tell you it's a pretty cool 55. The last time I rode it was in the mid 60s here a week or so ago. I took the liner out of my Joe Rocket, and that's sitting in the trunk. So it's a little nippy. You can see from the bushes here, the spring is starting to spring, and my allergies have certainly been aware of it for the last day or two. After the extended winter that we've had this year up here in northern Jersey, it'll be nice to have a little warmer weather. I'm sure once we get into the peak summer and we're roasting on a daily basis, we'll finally remember some of these cooler days we had through the early, late spring into summer. You can see just the constant climb up here to getting up to the top of the mountain, and when we get down to the other side of this, we'll make a a right and come back down towards the reservoir, and we'll see the drop in elevation as we start going down the other side here. So a little bit further down this hill, there was a section of the road that was pretty torn up from the winter weather. Going to have to remember where that is so that I can slow down and drive around that this time instead of banging through it. We really had something of a mixed winter this year. It was dry for a lot of it. We got more snow this year than we've gotten in a while, and the temperatures were definitely down there. It got pretty cool for an extended period of time, and that was reflected in the heating bills this year. Alright, I think this is a part of it right over here. And I think a bit more up ahead. This is a pretty torn up area from the winter weather. I hate to slow the cars down behind me like that, but the wheelbase on the Spyder is not quite the same as a car. And here we go. Here's where I really took the pounding on this thing. More of it up ahead. Yeah, this is definitely the area because it was kind of surprising where it came out of. Now we're directly over sections of the reservoir here. This is really a good road to build up that confidence on the twisties and the sway bar taking the set on the roll on this thing. I'm enjoying it a little bit more each time I've done it now. So yeah, we'll be coming out down here by Sam's Bar and Grill, hang the right, and head back down Ringwood Avenue slash 511 and back to the house. So I think both Coach Bob 3 and John and Miriam, I think they've both noted during their discussions that you become more and more comfortable with the Spyder the more you ride it, and I can definitely sense an improvement in confidence levels and ability to ride and push it a little bit harder into the twisties that we came up. My first ride up through there was pretty tentative, again due to the roll bar roll angle that was occurring and being a little bit of an unsettling feeling. But now that I've figured out that that's a good part of what was causing the unease, it's a lot easier to figure out when it's settled and then be able to just kind of push through it. So really looking forward to taking the longer trip and seeing how the Spyder performs across the whole country. So far, with the little bits that I've run from bringing it home from Percival to New Jersey, and then some of the local rides that I've done since I've been home, it's clear that confidence is growing in leaps and bounds, and understanding of how it performs, building that confidence. So it's sort of a closed loop issue where you react, you learn, you apply, you learn, you rely, and just keep going. So this on the right, I think, is like the central processing system for this, and this is the Wanacue Reservation, North Jersey District water supply, and the majority, if not all, of this water actually goes down to supply Newark, New Jersey. Little, if any, is being used to supply the local residents here. The other thing I think I noted during my first visit down to Moto Member Select was applying DJ's preferred boarding method for getting on and off the Spyder, and that was a little bit cumbersome. Well, as I suspected, with practice and multiple repetitions, getting on and off is getting easier as well. The one leg is still not as bendable as it used to be when I was younger, but I've adapted to be able to get off and on the Spyder relatively straightforward. So all in all, a pretty enjoyable ride and activity, and really looking forward to the trip here middle of next month. So, well, with that, folks, we're just about home, and I'm going to sign off so I can pay attention here through the local neighborhood and just say, thanks for riding along and taking a look at the local North Jersey neighborhoods and some of the mountains, or maybe for some folks, especially those out in the west, maybe these are just hills, but locally these are some of the higher elevations that we've got in the state, short of going up to High Point, which is the highest point in the state of New Jersey. So, all right, I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for riding along. We'll do this again as soon as the weather gives us a decent day and we're not working. Oh, we're lucky. This will be my decals for the Spyder. That'd be pretty cool.